Hello everyone, my name is Nasreen, and in today's video we are going to talk about having clause. So let's start. So let's see, why do we use having clause? So let me write it down. It is used to, it refines the output from records that do not satisfy a certain we can say condition. So just like we use where clause to set a condition, and according to that we extract some data, just like that we use having clause. Having clause is also used, we set a condition there and we extract some data from there. Okay, and it is frequently, like, why do we use and where do we use having clause? So it is frequently used with group by clause. Okay, so it is frequently used with group by clause. So now the question is, if it is only about extracting the data after writing a condition, so we already have where clause, then why do we need group by clause? I mean having clause. Okay, because it is doing the same thing. So the answer is no, because we cannot use where clause with aggregate functions. Okay, but we can use having clause with aggregate functions. So that is why having clause is important. Okay, so let me write it down as well so that you will remember. Having can be applied on aggregate functions, whereas where clause can't be applied. Where can't. Now, there is a very big confusion, that is, can we use having clause on normal conditions, like as we use where clause? Yes, we can do that. So having clause can be used with normal conditions as well as with aggregate functions also. Whereas we cannot use where clause for aggregate functions, they are only used for normal conditions where we do not put aggregate functions. Okay, so now let's write down the syntax part of this. So we write down select column names from name of the table. Okay, let me do one thing, let me write this from name of the table where, then we write down a condition. Then after where clause, we write group by clause. So this is the format we follow. You have to remember this. Okay? Group by and then the column names. Okay. Then we write down what? Then we write down having clause. Okay, having, and then we put a condition there. And after this, we put order by clause. And we put column names. Okay, so this is the format we need to remember. And then the same point. So this is how we write down the syntax of this. So now what are we going to do? We are going to go to the workbench and we will try to write down few queries where we are going to use having clause. Okay, so let's see. Let me open my workbench. Okay, so what we are going to do, see, in the last class what we did, we saw the group by clause. So let me go back and let me copy the code where we use this group by. Yeah, this is the one. Okay, so yeah, now let's come here and I'm going to paste it here. So let me execute this now so that we can see how it is looking like. So see, it is printing the name of the employees which are common, like Georgie. This name Georgie is shared with 253 employees. There are 253 employees whose first name is Georgie. Okay. Now let's try to understand how we can use having clause. Okay. So what we can do, I want to check only those employees where the name count is, let's say, greater than 200. Okay, as you can see, there are few employees. Okay, let's say greater than 250. Okay, greater than 250. So what we will write? We will write on having count of what? Count of we can say first name, right? Count of first name greater than 250. Okay, so let's see what we are going to get. Right now we have 1275 records. Now let's see. Okay, now we have only 193 records. Why? Because now we have only those names that are repeated more than 250 times. Okay, if we, yeah. Now, see, now let me show you, we can use having clause in place of where clauses. Like, let me show you, select star from employees having first name is equal to, let's see, Georgia. I think I'm writing the spelling correct. Okay, let's execute. Let's see, it worked. So having clause will work in place of where clause as well, but it will work with aggregate functions also. Okay, so this is how we use this. Now let's try to understand one example. We are going to take one, we can say a kind of question here. I will be writing this question also so that you can also write it down. Let me write it properly. So the question is, we have to select all employees whose average salary is higher than, let's say, 100,000 per annum. Okay, we are talking about per annum. So 100,000 per annum. Okay, so this is what we need to find. Now, how we are going to do that? Okay, so let's see. So let's see, can we do it with where clause? Let's try to do this. Let's try this. Can we do it with where clause? So I will be writing select star. Then what we need average salary. So I will be writing average salary from, now see, salary is kind of stored in salaries table. Let me do this. Let me execute that table first so that you can take a look. Okay, let me execute this query. There are so many records, that is why it is taking so much time. Yeah, you see, we have employee number, we have salary, we have count date, and we have to date. Okay, and what we want to check? We want to check those. See, employee number is getting repeated, so that is why what we want to do. We want to check where the average salary of the employee is higher than 100,000 per annum. Okay, so first we are trying with where clause. So what we have to write next from salaries, where salary, name of the column, is greater than 100,000, right? And then see, now what we need to do, we need to group by, because as we just saw that there are so many employees with same employee number, so we have to group it, right? So I will write in group by employee number, because employee number is same. That is what getting repeated. Salaries are different. So we are going to group that is going to get all those salaries and will count the average of that salary. Okay, so group by employee number and then order by again employee number. Okay, so order by is used so that we can see this properly. Our data will look very much neat and clean. So let me execute this first and let's see what we are going to get. So we get salaries of these employees. Okay, so employee number is distinct. We have salary, rounded to date, and this is average salary of the employee. But see, the problem here is what we get. Okay, what we have mentioned, that is okay, so we are trying to find out the average salary. We get the average salary. Your salary is greater than 100,000. See what we are doing here. We are grouping all those employees, right? If let's say this is one employee number that got repeated 3 times and some salary value is there, and we are using group by. So we are grouping this, okay, and after grouping it, we are checking whether the salary is greater than 100,000. If it is, and then we are finding the average salary of that. But this is not what we need. We need to find out those employees whose average salary is higher than 100,000. Here we are mentioning that salary is greater than 100,000. But we have to find average salary, not salary. Okay, I hope you are getting it. So what change we need to make? So here having clause will be helpful. Now I will copy this same thing. I will paste it here. And what change we need to make in this? Let's try to see. So we will keep everything same and we are just going to write down. We're going to remove this part from here. I will change it to having. And I'm going to take it from here because we need to put having after group by, as we saw in the syntax. Okay, now see, the rows returned here 6447. Okay, and we need to make this average. So this is the difference. We do not need to find the average salary of those employees where the salary is greater than 100,000. We need to find out like where the average salary is greater than 100,000. Okay, and then we need to print that salary. Okay, that average salary. So let me execute this. And see, we only get 1946 records. Okay, so I'm repeating again what is happening here in this when we use this where clause. In this, what is happening? It is printing the average salary of that employee, but in the condition, it is not checking average salary. Okay, it is checking salary is greater than 100,000. Then for all those grouped employee, it is printing average salary. Okay, but what we need to print average salary of those employees whose average salary is higher than 100,000, not salary. And then we are going to print average salary as well. Okay, so this is what we have done. We are printing average salary of those employees whose average salary is greater than 100,000. Okay, so yeah, this is why having clause is important. This is because it is used with aggregate functions where clause cannot be used. Okay, so practice this. Take some questions online. Try this. If you get any questions, you can ask me in the comment section. I'm going to stop this video here. So have a nice day. Take care. Bye-bye.